Welcome to Sense and Nonsense A to Z, where we pick topics based off of the letter of the day. Today is episode 11 of season 2, featuring the letter K, with a special Halloween theme.
We're family, and we're your ghosts, A, T, and Z. So let's get spooky. So did that take you by surprise?
It did. It really did. It was funny.
It reminds me, ever since you were a little kid, I've always planned on stuff for you. I always liked surprising you, so this way you giggle, you know?
That's probably why I like surprises.
There you go.
You know?
So we're going to start with a konnichiwa. Boo!
Konnichiwa. Boo.
So boo to anything is going to be Halloween kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
We have our special Halloween episode.
Yes.
I was just listening to Smartless. They have a special episode, but it has nothing to do with Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you hear who they have on?
No, who they have?
Joe Biden.
Did they really?
It's really good too. I was just listening to it.
I just saw him on, he was on Jimmy Kimmel, Jason Bateman. And he was so good. He was talking about when they interviewed Letterman.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. He was like, I didn't think Letterman knew who I was. And then he talks about how he used to come on the show and he was like the most long-winded guest that he had on the show. They couldn't book another person because he would take up all the segments.
That's funny. So Geico brought back a whole bunch of commercials for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
But my favorite are the 4 teenagers running through the field.
Yeah. That's the one with the big haunted house on the side, the spooky house on the side.
Yeah. And
they're like, should we go in the attic? No, the basement. No, how about we get in this running car? And they're like, what are you crazy? Let's go in the barn behind all the chainsaws.
And my favorite part is the murderer who's already in the barn.
Behind the chainsaw.
Behind the chainsaws, lifts up his masks, shakes his head, and rolls his eyes.
Yeah, because they're all like crouched down looking behind the chainsaws.
And he's behind him. He's going, oh my God. It's so funny.
And it's something like if you're in a horror movie, you make dumb decisions or something like that.
Exactly. That's exactly
decisions.
it. Yeah. If you get a chance to check this out, you know the Spirit Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the costume place.
Place that pops up all over the place in October. Right. They ran this 3D ad in Times Square on a marquee, and the skeleton kind of looks like it comes out at you. It's real cool.
No way.
Real cool. Yeah. Did you see Halloween Ends yet?
No, I don't watch any of those.
I don't either. As much as I like Jamie Lee Curtis, I really like her a lot. I just can't do it.
I just can't reconcile the fact that this guy's not dead yet. There's been like,
what the hell?
45 of these movies. I mean, there's so many of them. She kills him every time, and then he always comes back. It's like, come on.
I know. So hopefully this is going to be the end. I mean, it says end in the title.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's just, I thought it was supposed to be ends when she came back and did it. Like it was supposed to be the last one. I don't know.
I don't know. Talk about Michael Myers.
Oh, gosh.
One of the neighbors down here has a whole setup on their lawn. And they have Michael Myers right in the middle. And there's a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, it's a spooky thing. Mm-hmm. And they really did a good job. It really looks like Michael Myers.
Great. Yes. Great. That's the stuff of nightmares right there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Which reminds me of a story. I'm going to tell you real quick.
Okay.
When we lived in Jackson, and I'm going to say it was like right around 1987, we had this old man mask. I don't know if you remember this.
I do remember it.
It's bald and it has long gray hair on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty ugly. So
yes, my uncle scared me in this thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, your uncle would wear it.
Of course. He scared me with it. So we figured out one day, right before Halloween, that we would stuff one of his regular work overall.
Like Dickies, something like that.
I think it is a Dickie. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we stuffed it. We put it on a chair and we stuffed the head and we put the head on and rubber hands and boots. And he brought his big axe out and had, whole setup on the porch. And we didn't have any rails on the porch because it was a lower porch, but it was open to the street. You could see it real well.
Yeah.
So we had that a couple weeks before Halloween.
So people got used to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The day of Halloween. So I didn't get home until about 7:30. It was a 7 to 7 shift. And I was driving the 84 Trans Am at the time. I drove up, noticed that it was moved. All right. Pulled in the driveway, and I didn't have garage door opener. So it was a matter of I had to get out, open up the garage door to get the car in. And I look at this thing, and I'm looking at it while I'm in the driveway. And I'm going, something's not right about that, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it moves a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting out. And then it moved a lot. All right. So I backed out of the driveway, parked across the street, and it was like, you take that stupid mask off because I really need to know that it's you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So he tells me he got home from work and he had this idea. So a little girl came up and he signaled to the father that, you know, everything was okay. And he kind of scared the little girl. And I'm like, oh my God. You know?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, it's okay, honey. And he gave her some candy and, you know, on their way. And the father's laughing. He's telling me.
Of course.
And then a group of kids come. And one of the kids that he had a little tiff with like a week before, because the kid was riding his bike and he was going up and down our driveway. He's like, don't do that, kid. You know, use the street. I don't care. Don't use my driveway. So he's sitting there, right? And he hears the kid say, the guy here is mean, but he's got some really good candy. And of course he's dying. He's listening to all this. He's dying, right? So he's scraping the axe on the concrete. The kids are getting scared, you know? Yeah. And then after a couple seconds, he gives it up and he's like, no, it's okay, kids. I have candy here for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I would be crapping my pants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially somebody in the neighborhood that's seen the dummy there.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks, and now all of a sudden the dummy's coming to life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, he would scare me in the house just wearing that thing.
Yeah, it's a horrible.
He would, I mean, just sitting on the couch and be like, oh, what is it?
I know. It's terrible.
It's horrible.
But the next day on national news, what was happening is that people were going around shooting dummies on porches.
You're kidding.
Nope. And we were like, you're lucky you didn't get shot.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was a thing that year for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I know. So that's my Halloween story.
All right. Well, it's funny because I just read a story about this haunted house in Niagara Falls that's open year round.
Yeah.
And they take pictures of people at this like one part of the display.
Okay.
So they flash a light real bright and they take a picture of it. And these people's faces, they are scared out of their minds. Like they are ridiculously scared. Like one lady was there she was a grown woman, but she was there with her mother and her father, and her leg comes up in front of her mother and she's grabbing her mother, and she and her mother both have the same like scared face, and the dad's in front like giggling. Like these people are scared to death. People chicken out before they even go in.
Right.
And they're proud of it. They're like, over 170,000 people have chickened out before they even go in. And that at any point during the haunted house, you can scream nightmares and they'll come and they'll get you and escort you out right away. This place has to have a safe word. That's how scary it is.
Wow.
I know. I am not going.
No way.
You.
Yeah. No. Skip it.
Yep. Yeah. All right, what do you want to do? You want to do word game?
Okay.
All right.
I have my envelope.
Me too.
Oh, something fell out.
Uh-oh.
I
That's
shook
the
it too
first
hard.
one.
So, a little bit of a theme.
Okay.
They tried.
I think
he tried.
She did too.
He said it was tough.
Okay.
It was very tough. So, I'm not sure. It may not.
They might not all be. Yeah.
It may not be obvious. I think.
All right. We'll try and make it work.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. The first one is puppy,
kibble,
cat,
Kitten?
Very good.
Okay.
Oh my God. Now I have a feeling this has to do with costume. Right?
Okay.
A kitten costume?
Yeah, sure. You could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
This one does not have to do with Halloween, I don't think. Well, I mean, maybe it could. Okay. Canoe.
Kayak.
Yes. Like maybe if you're in a horror movie and you're kayaking by yourself late at night.
Okay, so that's the game we're going to play now.
Yes. So it's a bonus game. How does it tie in to Halloween?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, next one is children.
Kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not keeping score.
Uh-oh.
Wait a second. Let's back up here.
5 and 4 and 5, I think.
Now, the kitten one. What was the kitten one? That was
4.
A 4. That was a 4. Okay. Yes. So it was 4, 5, and 5. Got it.
Okay. Oh. Cat.
Kitten.
Yes.
Oh shoot. Do you want to do another one?
Yes, let's try and do another one.
Okay.
We'll have to use our backup word for think of.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind.
That's right.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Good clue.
It's the kind person who gets killed first in
That's
the horror movies.
That's right. Usually is a kind person.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to them, there's a murderer in the background. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Condiment.
Ketchup.
Yes.
Yay. Fake blood.
Instead of blood, right. Exactly.
Oh.
Okay.
Jouster.
Knight.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
And I guess that's a costume as well.
Sure, absolutely. I would be a knight.
Sure. Yeah. We talked about that.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Utensil.
Knife.
Yes. Right. This didn't come out too bad so far.
No, we're making it work. Oh,
right.
I don't know how I'm gonna make this one work.
All right, we'll do our best.
Kangaroo.
Kick.
Eucalyptus. I went the wrong way with this.
Kangaroo. It's what they eat. I'm not getting it. Sorry.
Bear.
It's probably something very simple and it's just not coming to me. Okay, this is not good. Sorry.
Australian.
You know what I'm stuck on? Kid. Because isn't that kangaroo's baby as a kid? That's what's stuck in my head. All right.
It's a Joey, actually. A Joey.
Oh, Joey. Yeah, you're right. You're gonna have to give me a rhyme.
Okay.
It's probably something stupid. You're nodding your head.
There's no rhyme for this that I know of. Moala.
Koala.
Yeah.
Oh, bear. Now I know where you went to the bear on that one. Koala.
Koala.
Moala. Hawaiian? Oh shoot, that's a onesie. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I thought kangaroo would be like Australian, kind of another Australian animal.
Yeah. Yeah, koala's a tough one.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay.
I don't know how it relates. Oh, they have sharp nails. They'll kill you. I think they have rabies too or something like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
you should have one left, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do, and I'm thinking.
All right.
This one might be a tough one. Cauldron.
Kettle.
You got it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I never thought you would get it with that one.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm going, okay, should have gone to the teapot side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good one. Good.
Got it.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
All right. So I guess a kettle with the witches, you know?
Yeah.
That made sense. So that was
Sure.
good.
Which
All right.
is brew and all that.
Yeah. All right. So let me count this up. 40.
That's all right. That's still really good though.
Yeah,
That's
it was the
still really good.
koala. When she listens to the podcast, she's
She's
going to
gonna be yelling.
koala. Oh, man.
I know.
I know.
It's all right. We still did good. All right, so into our what do you think of segment, I need the backup word because we had a double.
We did. So our backup word is one of the words that was a guess. The word is kick.
Okay.
You want to go first?
All right. Kick ball.
Okay. Kick ass.
Kick ass is good. Kick drum.
Oh, kick off. I'll go the sports side then.
Yeah, of course you will.
Yes.
Jump kick.
Okay. Drop kick.
Drop kick, yeah.
Yeah.
Roundhouse kick.
Penalty kick.
Oh. Offsides kick?
No, that's not a thing.
Onside kick.
It's onside kick. There you go.
Onside kick.
Good one. Kickboxer.
Ooh. Kicks cereal?
Kickstart.
Ooh.
Oh, how about kickstart my heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Kickstand.
Good. How about kick the bucket?
Oh. What about kick it shut?
Okay. How about kick back?
Ooh. Kick out.
Kick out. I don't know. All I've got right now is like kick the can down the road kind of thing.
Kicking your can all over the place.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap there.
Okay.
Kick it. Kick me.
Yeah, right?
Kick me to the curb.
Oh.
Or kick him to the curb or kick her to the curb, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any more kicks, I don't think.
Okay.
Jumped out
some
kicks.
good one.
Jumped out kicks. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Good.
All right.
Or
So-
high kick. High kick.
High kick. Very
High kick.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think I'm spent.
Okay. So we hope you liked that segment. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and leave us a comment, keeping it about PG-16.
Yes, please.
And let us know what you think of when you think of kick. Ten questions?
Halloween edition.
All right.
First question. How many trick-or-treaters do you usually get at your house?
It has been dwindling.
Me too.
When we first moved here 10 years ago, we got a bunch. And now it's like handful.
Small handful. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
And
even like a bag's worth.
No, not at all.
No.
And I can't buy candy too soon in advance.
Eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I get is like, I don't even get 5. Not even 5.
You know, not many.
Yeah.
I would say probably maybe 10. We'll say 10.
Okay. Talk about trick-or-treating. When's the last time you went trick-or-treating?
Last year.
Oh,
Little
that's
guy.
right. Well, you got a little guy.
Yeah. We're not going to go this year, though.
No, you're not
No,
doing it?
we only went to 4 houses last year, and he's like, all done, home. He doesn't eat the candy.
Well, I know
So
that.
there's very little payoff for him.
Right.
The novelty of knocking and getting the candy is gone. He doesn't-
Yeah. It's really a little kid thing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you a little story real quick.
Okay.
When I was first married and we were living with my parents, my dad and hubby were watching a game. And the neighbor next door had like a 12-year-old, maybe she was like 13, right around there. And she had asked me, she said, hey, can you do me a favor? Do you mind taking her trick-or-treating for me? So I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, at
Mhm.
that point I was 22 years old, you know?
Yeah.
And I was never allowed to go trick-or-treating. And dad didn't care. He wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
So mom was working. She worked shift work. So I threw something on, you know, took the kid, I took a bag with me and we went trick or treating. I took her around the neighborhood and that sort of thing. The guys could not wait for me to get home. They were like, "Where's the candy?"
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
really, guys? You're waiting for me to come home with the candy?
Yep.
Okay, here you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was the last time I went trick or treating.
Wow.
And the only time. But anyway, okay. What kind of candy do you usually get for the kids?
I
Do you
get an
have a-
assortment.
You do
know,
an
like
ass-
the Kit Kat, Baby Ruth,
And Reese's.
Reese's.
That's what I do
that
too.
kind of thing.
It's the chocolate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same.
And I try to get also like something that doesn't have gluten or chocolate in it because kids are allergic. So if a kid comes and the parent or somebody says that they have the allergy, I'll give them like a little bag of chips or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's nice of you to do
Thanks.
that. Yeah. I never thought of doing that.
Well, it's the new era.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
got to be sensitive to people's issues.
True. And I think it has something to do with that. You're sensitive to gluten as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I also have a picky kid, you know.
Yeah.
So my kid's not going to
You
eat that
get it.
chocolate. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. Costumes on animals.
I think no. I think people are going to go to hell for putting costumes on their animals.
I got to admit, some are very creative.
Some
boy.
are. Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Caramel apples or candy apples?
Actually, neither.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that whole idea of biting into something like that.
Oh, but you slice it.
Yeah, but it's the outside on my
Mhm.
teeth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like
I've-
that.
I have no problem with the caramel apples. It's the candy apples I'm really not crazy about, you know?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, it's a great flavor together. A little bit.
I'm
you
sure it
slice
is.
an apple and you dip it in caramel. It's good.
You know, the whole candy apple thing was a mistake.
Was it really?
The guy who invented candy apples,
Yeah.
he just invented the candy. He just put it on the apples to show people, but it was originally just supposed to be the candy. But people liked it so much together that it stayed that way. And then
What was it?
started
Like a
developing.
presentation of the
It was
candy?
a presentation. Yeah,
Wow.
it worked
That's
out.
a good little it's a good little tidbit. to know.
Yeah,
All righty. What do you think of hay rides?
I don't like hay rides.
I'm not a fan either.
Don't
Nope.
like that.
Nope. You've been on one, right?
I have, and I was talking to the dudes in the middle. I'm like, how do you like this job? Like, it's okay, you know.
It's temporary, lady.
Yeah. I
you
was
know?
like, "Do you get paid well?" They're like, "Not really."
No, it's minimum wage.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like high school kids and stuff, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
early college. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last time in a haunted house.
I couldn't even tell you, some young 15, 16, something like that, going to the shore or carnival or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't even know. Not very memorable.
I
about
remember
you?
going to one as well, but I'm going to twist this into a real haunted house.
Oh no.
It's going to be a real estate question instead.
Oh.
I had this listing, and it was like in the desolate area of Route 72. And it was a house that was all marble.
Mhm.
And the person there, I think they were Italian before, and they had a tile place or a marble place, whatever, all marbly. So the owners were at work, and they said, you know, they gave me the key. They said, go in, take pictures for the listing, yada, yada, yada. So I went into the basement, and the feeling I got when I was in that basement, I could not get the hell out of that house fast enough.
Wow.
You know, and I knew that the owner had died, you know, and it was like, is that what the feeling that's coming over me? But anyway, boy, was that not fun. I'm telling you, I could not get the hell out of that house fast enough.
Did you sell it?
Oh, yeah. This is going back about 12 years, maybe
Oh.
15. But yeah, it ended up being into a real estate question.
Well, since you changed it to real estate, I'm going to tell you that when I lived in Colorado, I went to the hotel where they filmed The Shining. That's a real
yeah?
haunted place. Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me, really?
No, yeah. People
Is it
who
a real
stay there-
hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People who stay there, you know, recount stuff from that area. It's beautiful property.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a drink there and everything. It's beautiful. It's creepy.
I'm sure it is. Okay. Favorite Halloween movie or best Halloween movie? Pick one.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Runner up is Lost Boys.
Oh, okay.
Kiefer.
right.
I love a Kiefer.
Yeah, do you?
Oh, yeah. Especially back then. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Okay, next question. Do you carve pumpkins?
I do.
I love that.
Me too. I like that.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
got-
the goop, but I like it.
What do you
pumpkin
do with the
seeds.
goop?
I separate
You
the
d-
seeds out and I roast the seeds.
You
They're
do
yummy,
roast them.
yummy.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I just chuck the goop.
Yeah, chuck the goop. You got to be careful of the top. You have to angle it.
You do.
There's a little
Yes.
tip to that.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I carved one. I did it straight up and down. It's like, it doesn't work.
No.
I had to use toothpicks to keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my last question is candy corn, yes or no?
No. It's just waxy and gross. I'm sure you love it though, don't you?
I do. I do.
Of course you do.
There's a way I eat it too.
Do you nibble it?
I take the white tip off first. I eat that first. Don't know why. I've been doing that ever since I was a little kid.
Huh.
I take the white tip off and then I chew the other part and then I have the yellow bottom separately. I don't know why.
That's a wackadoodle.
Yeah.
You know, I used to eat it when I was young, but I can't eat it now. It's just
it's
ugh,
real
it's gross.
Yeah.
And
I haven't
also-
had it in a long time, but yeah, I'd eat it.
No, not me. I've had candy corn drinks though, layered like candy corn little shots.
Oh, yeah?
That's yummy.
Oh, it's got to be sweet too, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not good for you. Okay, so last week you asked me if I had any bad jokes. And we were
Yeah.
talking about kid jokes. So I'm gonna give you a kid joke. A Halloween related kid joke. You ready?
Great. I'm ready.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ivana.
Ivana who?
Ivan to suck your blood.
Oh, that is a good joke.
All right. So I have fulfilled
Got
my
it.
bad joke obligation.
Appropriately so.
Okay.
And you did it with a Halloween theme. That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's good, right?
I liked it. I've got a little sports stuff for us.
Okay.
Let's start off with the big news in the NFL.
All right.
Did you hear about Tom Brady?
Yeah,
I know. After 13 years.
I know.
Yeah. Talk about all the speculations during preseason, why he was missing stuff. So I guess it's all confirmed now. But on a happier note, Players of the Week went to our football teams last week. That was
Yeah.
awesome. The NFL Offensive Player of the Week went to New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones with a combined 309 yards. That includes passing and rushing.
Oh,
And he scored 2 touchdowns against the Jaguars. What a great game he had.
right on. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other conference in the AFC, the Defensive Player of the Week went to New York Jets rookie cornerback Sauce Gardner. He had a hell of a game against the Denver Broncos.
Cool.
So last quick note is the MLB World Series. We had 2 games already in Houston. Phillies took the first game. Houston took the second game. So they're traveling to Philly for game 3 on Halloween night. So we have 3. Yeah, I know we have 3 games in Philly. So we'll see how this goes.
All I have to say is the Phillies better win on Halloween or that town is going to get
Oh.
wrecked.
Oh my God. Yeah. Did you hear what they did with the,
They greased the poles.
yeah, you heard about that.
It didn't matter.
It didn't work. It didn't
No.
work, right?
They do
Yeah.
that. They did that here too. Whenever there's like big stuff, it's like, come on.
They grease the
can-
poles.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
I
ridiculous.
know.
It doesn't work.
I know.
It's time for Pineapple Corner.
Yay!
Yay! Season 6, episode 3. This episode sucks.
Sucks.
So it starts awesome with "The world is a vampire."
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
Do you know the
it's-
real name of that song?
Yeah, it's called "Bullet with Butterfly Wings," but nobody calls it that.
I never knew the name of that song.
Yeah, everybody just says the world is a vampire. So it opens on a
Exactly.
bar scene with the camera's point of view, and you don't know who it is. So whomever it is moving at speed, and they're knocking people out of the way, and drinks are flying, and they head to the bar, and the bartender asks, "What's your poison?" And it's Lassie, and he says, "Humanity." And it's the most perfect, and he orders a Jack Daniels on the rocks.
Right.
And he meets a girl, and they hit it off, and they bond over Eastwood films, and he notices her necklace. It's unusual, and it's a large gold stylized ankh.
Mm-hmm.
And
for
she says,
all eternity.
Yes. They start getting into it. They talk to each other a little bit, and then she excuses herself to go to the bathroom, but she never comes back.
Right.
And Lassie's kind of devastated.
Yeah.
So then it switches, and a guy gets attacked in a dark parking lot from above by another guy in a black cloak, and he kind of like pounces on him. And then at the crime scene, Juliet and Gus and Sean are standing behind the tape, and they're waiting for Lassie to show up. So then Lassie arrives, and as soon as he gets there, he accosts Buzz about the girl. He's put him on the case.
Right.
And Buzz says, I need more to go on. He's like, what more do you need? I told you, she's blonde and pale and perfect and beautiful and perfect. Get on it. So the victim's name is Hamilton Dean, and Hamilton Dean actually was the playwright of the stage version of Dracula. So there's lots of pop culture references in this one.
Throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and they're basically just setting it up from go here.
Yep.
Sean's like, this guy's unusually pale. And they turn him over, and they see holes in his neck, holes in his wrists. And Gus is like, do it. And he's like bouncing up and down. And Sean's like, okay,
I want to do it. I want to do it.
And he's like, relax, you're not going to do it. And then Sean announces that this is the work of no mere mortal. They are up against a vampire. And Gus immediately goes, Sookie is mine. Which is from True Blood.
True Blood, yeah.
The dead guy was clutching in his hand that ankh necklace that girl was wearing. Exactly. So Lassie immediately goes, I'm going to go with Spencer on this one, because he doesn't want it to be her.
Of course not.
And they head to the morgue, and Gus is like,
this is my favorite part.
Mine too.
Yes.
Gus is like stocked to the nines with crosses and holy water and garlic and steaks and everything.
Love it.
And Sean says, you look like Omar Epps from Dracula 2000. And Gus goes, I'll take it.
Yes.
They're talking about how off-put they were by the fact that Lassie is on board with this theory. And Sean's like, I always thought it would be cool, but it's not. It's odd. Yeah. And Gus says it's like the Roadrunner saying, you know what, Wiley? You deserve this one. Blow me up. Sean goes, the coyote has a first name? And he goes, yeah. And he goes,
not OCAR?
He's like, no, that's baloney.
You're baloney.
So they go into
the autopsy room. Yeah.
And Sean goes, Necro Butcher. And Woody goes, Ryan
Philippe. We have pet names.
Yeah.
And yours is baloney.
Exactly. And then Lassie's like, can we get on with it? And Woody gives Jules a balloon sculpture. And she's like, oh, what is this? And he goes, the small intestine of a ram.
I love her look after that too.
And then Lassie's like, cause of death. And he's like, pulmonary failure or severe blood loss, whichever came first. A bit of trivia. The human body, when drained of most of its blood, will oftentimes stop working.
My favorite part.
So Gus goes, in your professional opinion, is it possible that this poor man was the victim of a vampire attack? And Jules is like, don't dignify that with a response. And Woody goes, I wasn't planning on it. And then Sean goes, but is it possible? And Woody goes, most likely, yes. And then Jules is like, Woody! And he's like, it's a given, really. He's so good.
I love it.
So Lassie figures out that the woman that he was in the bar with actually touched his watch, and he finds out that there's a fingerprint on it.
Right.
So then Jules goes, and she's like hunting down another angle. She winds up in a vampire bar.
Exactly.
And she runs into Sean and Gus, who are dressed like Sean's dressed like the vampire Lestat from Interview with a Vampire, and he does not look good.
Bad.
Lestat is like a skinny, feline, lithe type person, and Sean's just a little too chunky for this outfit.
This was not good. It wasn't a good look. No. Nor was Gus's.
No, but he was dressed as Blackula, and that was better.
And he looked like Blackula.
He did.
But everybody was saying that he was
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula.
The bartender at this place was none other than Corey Feldman.
That
from
was
the Lost
awesome. When
Boys.
he turned around, it was Corey Feldman. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh, this is perfect.
He calls Gus Count Chocula.
Yes.
And Sean says, he goes, what did I tell you? Nobody remembers Blackula except for us.
And Quentin Tarantino.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Corey Feldman's character got a call about blood. This guy was asking him for real blood, and
Right.
they run down that angle. But Lassie runs down the fingerprint angle and winds up at her house.
Right. That was
And her
fun.
name is Marlo Viccellio.
Right.
He asks her to show him the necklace, and she does. And he asks exactly what happened when she left him last night. And then she goes and recounts that she went out the window and she sat in her car, and then she watched him wait for her. And this whole thing is a little bit heartbreaking.
Yeah.
She's so sorry, you know? And he's
Yeah.
like, why did you do that? And she says that she got scared. So they're just about to hook up. And then Jules shows up with Sean
And
and
Yeah.
still in their costume,
Yes.
their vampire costume.
Yes.
Lassie says that she, you know, he's her alibi and
Yeah.
and that she lives with 3 roommates. They're like, who's the roommates? She
Eddie,
goes-
Jake, and Lucian.
and they go, where's
Lucian?
all together. But so Edward and Jacob are from Twilight, and Lucian is from Underworld and other vampire related stuff. Lucian is a very popular name, or Luke in vampire lore.
The actor who played Lucian
Mhm.
was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well as
Yes,
Marlo.
yes.
She was
yes.
the original Buffy.
Lucian works at King Putt Mini Golf, so it's not Lucian. And it turns out that the blood bank gets robbed, and one of Marlowe's press-on nails is at the scene.
Right.
Lassie's having Marlowe over for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and he lights that little grenade.
And they focused on it a little bit, and I was like, is that a pineapple? But it's a grenade.
It's a
It's
grenade.
not a pineapple.
No, but it is called a pineapple grenade candle. Back then, you could buy them. So they're
Yeah.
saying that's the pineapple of the
Yeah,
episode.
it's a grenade. So
It is a grenade.
The whole premise here too is that they're thinking that Marlo is a vampire.
Yes.
So they're kind of like implying that.
Mm-hmm.
So then he invites her over. Go ahead.
She comes in and they start making out like right away, and they head up to the bedroom, and then everybody shows up to save Lassie. got
because
Jules,
they're thinking
Sean,
that she's a
Gus,
vampire.
Henry and Buzz are
And-
all
Right,
outside.
McNabb, yeah.
They're yelling back and forth through the door, like,
Are you,
you know,
okay?
and Lassie is furious because he doesn't get this kind of action all the time. So
Right.
pants off, he answers the door.
Uh,
Jules shows him the evidence bag with the nail, and he's
Right.
immediate like, oh no. They go and they search Marlowe's house, and they do find the blood from
Blood.
the blood bank in
Right.
little bags
In
in,
the
their
freezer.
freezer. Mhm. And Lassie's devastated again, and he
Yep.
cuffs her and tells her she's under arrest. And
right. Right.
It's so sad. You're like,
The evidence
"Damn
is
it."
there. You can't catch a
And
break with a woman.
No,
Yeah.
no. And then
Nothing.
they find out that somebody else has been attacked while Marlo is in custody.
Right.
And Sean's like, this is great. Lassie's in love with a blood thief, but she's not a murderer, you
Right.
know?
Right.
It turns out people with O negative blood are being targeted.
Right.
And Sean and Gus are in a hospital, and they find this list of people who have O negative blood.
Right.
And on the list is Adrian Viccellio. Sean says he's got Van Wilder's disease.
yeah.
And Gus is like von Willebrand disease.
right.
And that requires transfusions on a regular basis. And they figure that he must have lost his insurance, which is why he's targeting these people.
to get blood. Yep.
Exactly. And Jules says Lassie is O negative. So they're like, oh,
Now you put it all together why
Exactly.
Lassie was targeted in the first place. Yep.
right. And they also figure out that Adrian is Marlowe's brother.
Right.
But Marlo is calling Lassiter from prison, but he can't hear her because he's so forlorn. And she's like, would you please focus? You know,
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to tell you, you're in danger.
right.
And he opens the door and he gets chloroformed. And while Adrian is prepping him to draw his blood, he tells him that Marlo is sweet on him. And Lassie's like, it was real? You know, he's excited that it was real. Lassie winds up overpowering him and opens the door to Sean and Juliet.
And they are there to save him.
Exactly. But he, unbeknownst to his attacker, he's been slowly building up a tolerance for the last 15 years.
Why would you do that? For instances just like this.
Exactly. And then Gus doesn't believe it.
I love this part. This is another laugh out loud moment. I don't believe it. He goes over to the towel that has a chloroform and takes a sniff.
And immediately
and he passes out.
He just hits the deck.
So funny.
So now they're in the police station and Lassie's agonizing over some kind of letter that he's writing. So he finishes the letter, he goes to prison, he talks to Marlo, and they go through this little thing and he asks her, where would she rate Pink Cadillac in Eastwood Canyon? And she gives him the perfect answer.
Right.
And you just see he's just like, damn it. And he hangs up the phone. And then he gets up.
No idea why he's walking away.
He pulls out this letter and he slaps it up against the glass and it says, Dear Marlo, I will wait for you these 6 to 18 months. See you next Wednesday. And you're like, oh my God, it's so sweet. And then they touch hands through the glass.
Yeah.
And then fireworks go off. Yeah. And Lassie is the most vulnerable we've ever seen him in this episode because he's got a soulmate.
Yeah.
And she's
a recurring character too.
She is. And I was really glad that it paid off. I'm really glad that they didn't have her be the murderer because that would have really been heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love this episode because there's so many cool references in it. A lot. I mean, there's just so many good moments in it. It is laugh out loud funny, like you were saying.
Time for It's Greek to Me.
Okay.
There's a carnival type celebration in Greece that's referred to as the Greek Halloween. Mm-hmm. It's called Apokris. To me, it's more like a Mardi Gras rather than a Halloween, but there's definitely a flavor there, so I'll explain.
Okay.
The celebration began in ancient times as a tribute to the Greek god. In Greek, it's Dionysus. In English, it's
Dionysus.
There you go. Son of Zeus and god of wine. And anytime you see a statue of somebody who's holding grapes, that's him. Mm-hmm. The celebration starts 3 weeks prior to the beginning of the Greek Orthodox 40-day Lent, of which during Lent you can't eat meat. Mm-hmm. So the word apokris comes from 2 Greek words, and I almost want to say this like Gus from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Without and meat. So it's
okay.
In Greek, it's apokreas, apokris. There you go. Towns throughout Greece participate, but the largest carnivals are in Athens, Patras, Corfu, Crete, and Thasos.
Wow.
Both kids and adults dress up, and the goal is to make it difficult for people to recognize you.
Oh.
So you'll see all kinds of dress up, and most times it includes a mask because not only do the masqueraders stop at different shops like candy stores and bakeries, but it's customary to go in costume to houses of friends, families, and neighbors to have them guess your identity and play jokes on them.
Oh.
And traditionally, the people will have homemade sweets at their homes for whoever stops by. So
that's interesting.
Kind
so it's
Greek
a mix.
Version of a Greek version of trick or treat, right? And then the final weekend is huge. There's like ongoing parades, floats, organized groups with shows and dancing, marching bands, ton of music, loud music, and fireworks. So the parade streets are lined with food vendors. There's a lot of eating and drinking. So essentially, it's like the last feast before the 40-day Lent.
Gotcha.
Apokris in 2023 will begin on February 5th and go through the 26th. And, might be a good time to go to Greece for anybody
who likes stuff like that. Yeah.
I'd prefer to go in the summer.
Yeah, I have avoided Mardi Gras. I have lots of friends who are like, yes, let's go for Mardi Gras. And I'm like, pass.
Yeah.
It's too many people.
Yeah,
that's too many people. Drunken people. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And considering who it's a tribute to.
Exactly.
The god of wine. You gotta know.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
People are just wrecked. Somebody just knocked on my door, but I'm the only one home.
How appropriate.
I know. It was really spooky. It was the inside door, not an outside door, too.
Oh,
I'm totally freaked out right now.
okay.
So I do have a question for you, though.
Okay.
Have you ever had kettle corn?
I have. Yeah, popcorn you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's a little sweet. What?
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't?
I hadn't had it until I was like 35 years old, and I don't know why. I thought it was hard, like Cracker Jacks or something like that, but it's not.
Oh. Do you not like Cracker Jacks?
I don't like Cracker Jacks. No.
Oh, I love Cracker
No.
Jacks and
Mm-mm.
Crunch and Munch and all that good
No.
stuff.
No. I don't know why. It just never looked good to me. And then I had it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Good
delicious.
stuff.
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah. Got anything else?
Nope. I think that's it. So
Oh, okay.
if you enjoyed this episode, remember to tell your friends and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Sense and Nonsense A to Z, all one word. And if you're listening on YouTube, remember to like our episodes, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit the notification bell to get notified of each episode as it becomes available.
We appreciate you listening. With that, we are out of here.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't think I was going to do the regular thing, did you?
Oh, of course not. Of
No.
course not. No. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening and happy Halloween. We'll see you next week.
Happy Halloween, everybody.